Okay, let me ask you something. You ever get put on the spot and just totally struggle to get your point across? I think we've all been there. Today, we are going to unpack a really simple framework that will help you communicate clearly and competently pretty much every single time. You know that feeling, right? That sinking feeling. Maybe you're in a meeting, you start talking, and then a few sentences in, you've just completely lost the thread. You can almost see the other person's eyes glaze over as you're thinking to yourself, wait, what was my point again? It's so frustrating, and it happens to the best of us.
But here's the good news. This isn't some personal flaw, it's actually a structural problem. See, when our thoughts are all jumbled up, our words come out that way too. We end up repeating ourselves, we go off on tangents, and the main point just gets buried in all that noise. But what if I told you there's a simple fix for this?
This right here, this is the key. You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, right? Well, it's the same thing with our communication. It needs a framework to be clear and effective. It's not about being some smooth talker. It's just about having a solid plan. And honestly, the difference is night and day. Without any structure, you just get rambling and repetition. It's all kind of chaotic. But with a framework, your communication becomes sharp, it's focused, and you naturally sound way more confident. And that changes everything about how people hear what you have to say. So, what is this powerful framework? It's a super simple 4-step tool called PrEP, and it's designed to help you get your point across clearly and effectively, especially when you're feeling the pressure. So here's how it works. PREP. It's that simple. First, you state your point. Then, you give the reason why it matters. You follow that up with a specific example, and finally, you circle back and repeat your point to really drive it home. Let's break each one down. Okay, so that first P for point, think of it as your headline. When you start with your main point, you immediately tell your listener what this whole conversation is about. There's no mystery, no rambling intro. You're getting straight to the heart of it and grabbing their attention right from the start. Now, the R for reason. This is the why. Why should anyone care about your point? This is where you add the weight, the substance. It answers that silent question everyone has. So what? Why does this matter to me right now? Getting this part right is absolutely crucial. You know, an abstract idea is pretty easy to forget, but a good story, that's not. A specific example, it could be a personal story, a quick statistic, a vivid detail. It makes your message feel real, and most importantly, memorable. This is how you make your point stick in their minds. And last but not least, we're back to P again. You start with your point, and you end with your point. Now, this isn't just being repetitive, it's actually really powerful. This final step is like a neat little summary and conclusion all in one, leaving your listener with a crystal clear takeaway. And hey, if you want a super easy way to start practicing this, just try using this one little phrase. My point is, seriously, it's like a cheat code. It forces you to be direct and launches you right into the first step of the framework. All right, theory's great and all, but let's see how PrEP actually works in the real world. We're going to walk through a quick, super clear example of how you could use this, say, in a work meeting. See how direct that is? Boom. No long intro, no beating around the bush. The listener immediately knows the topic and what's on the table. The point is made instantly. And right away, here's the why. This isn't just some random thought bubble, there's an urgent reason. Big events are coming up, which immediately gives the point some real context and importance. This is what makes the problem feel real. Suddenly, it's not some abstract concept like teamwork. It's a specific recent screw-up. This short little story gets everyone on the same page about what's at stake. And there it is, the perfect landing. It circles right back to the opening statement, tying the problem directly to the solution. It's just a clean, memorable finish that leaves zero room for doubt. So in just 4 short sentences, a really powerful case was made. There was no room for anyone to be confused. By just following the PrEP framework, that message landed with focus, clarity, and real impact. So here's what I really want you to remember. Structure is what's going to stop the rambling and give you that confidence. And your go-to tool for that structure is PrEP. Just think, point, reason, example, and point again. That's it. So think about it. Your next meeting, your next important conversation, maybe even your next email. What's one thing you really need to communicate clearly? Give PrEP a try. You might just be surprised at how powerful those 4 simple steps can be.